Hello guys, Lone Wolf 1222 here, and welcome back to more Feed the Beast Sky Adventures. So last time that we were here, we expanded our sky farm a bit. We made a decent amount of money through quests and stuff. And we did a little bit of exploration in this underground area that led us to a water chicken egg and a lava egg. Which the lava egg is basically just a bucket of lava. And the water chicken egg will allow us to actually put a water chicken on our island. But the first thing that we want to do before that is obviously have some way to keep that one on the island. Because we don't want to lose our only source of water. So I'm going to tear down these trees. We're probably going to gather up the fences, and we will make a spot for our water chicken. My original plan was to wait until we have access to roost, but we need water in order to do a lot of the farming, so that's going to have to be first priority. If we look on the quest book, we can see right here that there is a quest for a water egg, which is what the water chicken lays. And this will give us a clay chicken, which will help us later on. It also gives us a little bit more money and then a loot crate, an epic one. So hopefully we can get that soon, because that seems like a very good way to get an item that might help us progress. Or it might just be for the fun of it. Yeah. These wooden barrels, we are not going to need as much. And this fence, it's reinforced dirt brick fence. So it's not just normal fences. But all that we're worried about is making sure that it is a fence. So, if we just want to do a small fence about that big, should be good. And we don't have to worry about having easy access to it, because we're just going to be putting a water chicken in it. So there is our water chicken. In the next 24 minutes, it should give us an egg. Yeah, 24 minutes. That's going to take a while. But in the meantime, we want to set up an area for a cobblestone generator. So, in order to do that, we're going to want to do probably a 5 wide cobble gen. Oh, another thing that I think I forgot to mention last time, this bear trap, it's from Open Blocks. I think it can capture mobs in it. It can't catch me. But that might be something that we can use later on. But for right now, it's just going to be a spot in our chest. Yeah, our first priority is finding a way to set up a mob spawner or a cobblestone generator so that it's not going to run off the world, but also so that it's not just going to flow throughout this whole area. So if we put the lava here, then the lava should flow out to these 5. We'll put a gap here and then water on the other side. Because the one thing that we want to make sure and avoid is losing any, like, specifically losing the source block of lava. And we really don't want to be constantly losing the source blocks of water. So we'll put the water along here. We will stop it here. And the cobblestone should spawn, or should be made along here, I believe. So we're going to open this up so that the lava can flow off to the sides. And it'll be one lava that'll spread out and hit the water. And now we have some concrete and stuff to be able to try and make it safer if we so wanted to. Which I think we might. Let's see. This island is fairly deep. So if we did this, can we? So that we can actually be face first into the cobblestone. But we are going to block that for right now, just so that the lava is not pouring into it. We want to make sure to check to make sure, because it's either going to make the cobblestone along this wall or along this one. We also don't want it burning down our trees. And as you can see with the bone crook, it was down to like 1 durability when we went through the saplings the first time. And it's already at full durability. So our repair talisman is working amazingly. And in case anyone's wondering about the lack of seeing my face in the side, I decided after the first episode watching it through that, at least while I'm playing Minecraft for the YouTube channel, I don't have a lot of facial expression when I'm talking about it. I tend to be a lot more focused and a little bit more stoic with my facial expressions. So we're not going to do face cam for Minecraft, at least for the time being. This is not a guaranteed never going to be face cam again. It's just for right now, at least. The first 2 water eggs that we get from this water chicken, we're going to place here and here to get an infinite water source. And then actually, we should probably get cobblestone generating. I didn't think about that. Because we can't make a bucket until we have some cobblestone. So we might start with just the 1 strip cobblestone generator and then expand it. So yeah, let's look what's next in the quest book. So the diamond hammer, we obviously can't get until we have diamonds, which is way off in the future. Stone barrels, we need smooth stone. Flint stiffened mesh. How do we get flint? Is flint a drop chance? It can be crafted with gravel. Or it's a 25% chance through a flint stiffened mesh. Or flint chickens. Is there a way to make a flint chicken? I could have sworn that there was. Unless they specifically removed it for this one? Can we buy one? Flint chicken for a $5 bill. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so we don't need the flint one yet, so we're not going to spend the money on it yet. Because $5 bill, it's not a lot, but that's almost half of the money that we have. Alright, so we got some poop from the chicken. Okay, so we can't jump over that. Did we get string last time? We did. So we're going to make a carpet. Because a carpet will allow us to jump up here. And it will not let the mobs do that. So, just a little fact for some people that don't play Minecraft quite as often. Why do I have signs? Oh, one was from there. I think one was from down in the hole as well. Okay, that makes more sense. Chicken manure can also be used as compost or to make fertilized dirt, which speeds up farming. Yeah, fertilized dirt, manure blocks, liquid fertilizer, or bone meal. We can put that in there. Okay. So, what can we do while we're waiting for that? We could do a little bit of looking into some of the mods that we have. So, obviously there's materials in you, Tinker's Construct. Are there quests for that? There is quests for the Tool Forge. Materials. I don't believe that there is any for specifically the Tinker's Construct base setup. So we might just stick with the crafting station for right now because our vanilla tools will keep getting repaired. Which is specifically good with our hammer because we will be going through that pretty heavily. Because that's used to get gravel, sand. Apparently we can turn concrete back into concrete powder, which is kind of odd. We can get crushed netherrack, which can also be processed. Basically, it changes a block into like its gravel-esque form, and it turns gravel into sand, and sand into dust. Apparently we can also get skystone. What's crushed skystone for? Oh, Surges quartz seeds. That's neat. So that works if you don't yet have a crusher or access to an engineer's hammer if you want to get some pure Surges quartz. So while we're waiting, we should definitely plant some of our oak saplings back up. One thing that I'm kind of curious about is, do we have bonsais in this? We do not. So that means easy, small tree growth is not going to be a thing in this mod pack. But one thing that we can do is a log chicken instead. Because I don't think that any of the chickens that you would normally be able to craft are craftable. They have to be bought. But the ink ones are able to be just made. Speaking of which, do we have nests? We do. We do have the egg nest from Hatchery, which allows us to place an egg and it will hatch after a specific time, and then a redstone lamp will heat it up. So, I forgot that that was from Hatchery. I didn't really think about that mod. Because we wanted to add chickens to one of the mod packs that I was streaming, and we ended up not having the nest because we didn't add Hatchery. So, is there something that we want to do with the oak wood right now? We should definitely make a bed. So, let's make that just so that we don't have to deal with the nighttime. A white bed should be fine. I'm going to place it up here just so that we're not... Can I not place it there? Okay. So, we made the advancement Sweet Dreams. And it's daytime. So, we're still 12 minutes short for this water egg, so that might end up being like the end of the episode thing. While we're waiting, we should break some of this cobblestone down into gravel so that we can start sifting it. Yeah. So, where's our hammer? There we go. And we can vein mine with the hammer if it's just normal gravel. And we're just gonna sift. We cannot sift this. Okay. So, is there anything that sifts with the string mesh? Okay, so endstone, birch leaves to get apples. That's nice. Soul sand, more leaves, sand, more leaves. So it looks like not a lot is actually useful through the string mesh. We can put dirt through it. That might be our best bet. So if we have any extra dirt, which we do, we can sift this to try and get more stone while we wait for the chicken. So if you didn't discover that underground area, this part would take a lot longer. We got a whole bunch of just random stuff. We can place this cobblestone down and break it down. Looks like we have more manure and a lot more trees. We should try and keep trees growing constantly. Once we have the material, we'll expand the island farther and have a separate island for growing trees. But for right now, we don't really need that. I'm going to place one of these oak barrels down just for sapling growth. Actually, we'll do both. I'm just going to place them right here for saplings. And just like last time, 8 saplings, compost into dirt. It's a very nice exchange because saplings are almost worthless except for the ability to use them as fuel, I believe. And then there's a couple weird crafting recipes that use like 1 or 2, but an abundance of them is not really worth it. So, we'll throw those back in. And sort our chest, because I know that a lot of my both stream viewers and YouTube viewers are not a fan of me leaving them chaotic like I normally do. Is there a way to turn cursed dirt into plain dirt? I am not seeing any way to do that. I'm finding ways to turn it into different styles of dirt or hummus. But not really a way to turn it into just plain dirt. A wooden trowel? Oh, that's for a botany mod that I'm not sure how to use. Oh, apparently we can sieve it anyway. Okay. So let's just run the coarse dirt through the sieve. There's no point not to if we can just make a whole bunch of normal dirt. So now we have some more stone pebbles. So we can get some more gravel. So we need... how many flint to make a flint mesh? It was 6, which means that we need 18 gravel. Yeah. Hopefully we will have some water by then. We're just waiting 7 minutes for him. We have some canola seeds. We're getting a decent amount of plant seeds that we will be able to use once we get water. Maybe we'll set like a farm up right next to where we put the water. Like these canola seeds. I know that the canola seeds can be turned into canola, which can be squeezed for the oil, which can be refined into refined canola oil, which can then be used for energy. So that is something that we are definitely going to want to look into. But the compression dynamo is going to need coolant, so we're going to need a way to pump water. Is that the easiest way to make refined canola? Is with a still? 5. Okay, so it's a direct pass through. 5 millibuckets to 5 millibuckets. Otherwise, we can use a fractioning still. And that seems to be the only way to do it. Fractioning still doesn't seem too expensive. What about the normal still? It needs bronze, but it's still not terribly expensive. Will you just give me an egg, please? Everybody is waiting on you. Everyone. Let's see if we can't rearrange some of our dirt. Because once we have lava going through here, we don't want any trees going here or here. So let's pick up the dirt and move it. I guess here either. That's not going to be a good spot for a tree. Because the water will go to here, the lava will go to here. The leaves should go out to here on a normal tree, which is close enough to get lit on fire. So if I wanted to put another sapling, I'd probably put it like here. And that leaves us with a decent amount of sapling spots. Yeah, 100%. This repair talisman is like a lifesaver. And it's not super difficult to get once you actually get some resources. A diamond, some coal, redstone, iron, cobblestone and charcoal, string and paper. So it's cheap, but it's definitely amazing early game. So we can put the extra stuff back in here. These other pebbles are less useful, but they will be helpful once we have EMC, because then we will make them into the blocks, and then we'll have infinite access to those blocks without needing to sift for them every time. But for right now, we can't really do anything with them except leave them in the chest. So we're going to crush some more of this stone down. So we're halfway there to being able to get all of the cobbles, or all of the gravel that we need. I tried to compost dirt into more dirt, and that is not how life works. So let's sieve this extra dirt that we have from digging up the spots and moving them. And hopefully this will give us, it'll get us a little bit closer to having enough gravel. I'm going to keep these saplings on me just for when we have the room to make more dirt. Yeah, like that. It doesn't take it very long, which is really nice. So we just put these two through and hopefully have enough pebbles. Do we have enough? I think we're still going to be short. Yeah. We're going to be like 2 or 3 short. I want to keep these pebbles on me because that's going to be what we're going to use next. We're going to be using those the most, I guess. So, let's sleep and hope to wake up to a chicken egg. And we are a minute short. So, that means that we are going to have to wait a little bit before we can get that basic cobblestone generator set up. Our little chicken over here did give us some more manure, which will help for an early farm. So if we wanted to do an early farm, we should probably start with just wheat. And maybe some canola? I don't know. Because canola seeds are edible. But the main use for canola is to make canola oil. Because this canola press isn't super expensive, but we do need the atomic reconstructor for it, or to find an Anori crystal, which there are chickens for it, apparently. Which is definitely an interesting chicken. Okay. I didn't think that they had any chickens for those materials. Yeah, this mod pack is very heavily focused on needing chickens to get some of the stuff, and then on EMC. And basically, once we can get an emerald chicken, I believe. Yeah, an emerald chicken, which these dudes look weird. You need diamonds and cactus root, or cactus green to make it. But these guys give emeralds, which are worth 16,000 EMC. Which is amazing. So, we now have a water egg, which is not to be mistaken for a water chicken egg, but instead allows us to do that. Now we can do that, and now we have cobblestone. And this is going to be our first cobblestone generator. It's fairly simple. Break it, and if we want, we can just use the wooden hammer if we specifically need gravel. Then we can just grab all of the gravel that we need. And we needed 18 for the first thing. So, that means that we can make all of the flint that we need. And now, we can grab this mesh and craft it into something useful. So, a flint stiffened mesh. So now, we can actually go through and hopefully not burn up too much of our gravel. That's always a chance with a cobblestone generator like this. Another thing that you can do is just hang out... where was it? I don't remember. It might be different now. And you want to be careful about being inside the block when it spawns, because there's always the chance of it pushing you into the lava. So, this is the riveting gameplay that's going to be early game here. Hopefully we'll be able to get, what is it, a block breaker? Yeah, some sort of like a block breaker, which doesn't seem too expensive. The main thing that we're going to need is the iron pickaxe, which isn't too expensive. But yeah, so once we're able to make a block breaker, then we can just have like an absorption hopper or something set up to automatically grab the cobblestone. Because I don't think that this mod has single block cobblestone machines, which can make this just a breeze where you can just have it pipe into a large crate or something, so that you don't have to worry about breaking it yourself. So, let's see what spoils we get from the flint stiffened mesh. Well, we got a little bit of flint. And hopefully we did not get any iron ore pieces, which is a little bit disappointing. But we did get some ore pieces. So the iron ore pieces, which is probably going to be like our first goal, is a 10% chance from gravel. So obviously that's going to take a decent amount. But once we can get an iron stiffened mesh, then that goes to a 15%, and then diamond is a 25% from gravel. But there is, obviously later on we'll be able to do an environmental tech miner for iron ore. But for right now, we're kind of stuck with the pieces. So, that seems like it's about a good wrapping up point for the episode. We got the chicken to finally poop out a water egg, and we got our first little cobble generator. So, I guess that we could actually complete the quest. So we have the water egg, which gives us a clay chicken, a $1 bill, so a little bit more money, and then a loot crate. What did we get from that? We got some ME glass cable. Okay, so that will be helpful for when we're at a point where we can make an ME system, which is I guess a computerized storage system would be the easiest way to put it. It allows you to store a absolute ton of blocks within, I guess the main system is 3 blocks plus energy. So it's fairly simple. So, on the next episode, we're going to try and refill the old fishing hole, and maybe see how much farther we can get in the chickens mod. But, for now, I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button, along with the bell, so that you actually see when I post a video. Also, come join me on Twitch. My channel will be linked below, along with my streaming schedule. And there should also be my Discord if you want to keep up to date with all of my channels and just regular content. But for now, I hope to see you in the next video and on stream, and have a good one.